Hi guys, just a quick update on what's happening with the Turtles Arcade mod. Well, nothing at the moment. I've not started it. You may remember me saying that I'd ordered the 2 double coin doors. Well, a couple of days later, the guy on eBay messaged me saying he only had 1 in stock. But the eBay listing said he had, the quantity was like 10 or something. So he cancelled the order and refunded me. So I'm either going to have to wait until he gets more in stock or just find some elsewhere. So another reason why I've not started this yet is because I've been working on another project. Now I wanted to do this before I modded this one. Because I wanted to do like a practice run. So I went to Smith's Toys and bought this one. Now, this is the Midway Legacy cabinet. And I've already started doing this. I've just got a couple more things to do. I'm not a fan of Mortal Kombat. And the reason why I've bought this is because I've put a Raspberry Pi in there with 150 games. But I'm going to change the design or the look of the cabinet to be another game. A game that I used to play all the time when I was younger. So, starting at the top. Now, as you can see, the speaker wires aren't attached to anything at the moment. That's because I've had an absolute nightmare trying to get a decent amp. So, I ordered one from Arcade World, and the clips on the back that these wires go into, there's like 2 red and 2 black. They wouldn't close, so you could open them, but they wouldn't close fully, so they wouldn't clamp the cables, and they just kept falling out. So I sent that back and got a refund. I got another one from Amazon. 3 of the clamps or the clips were working. One of them was again loose, so there was like a millimetre gap after it closed. So I sent that one back, got a 3rd amp, all the clips were fine and gripped all 4 of the cables, but when I turned it on there was a constant whistling noise coming from the amp. So I had to send that one back. I've ordered a 4th. I've paid double, and I'm hoping that's going to be the one. So well, that's coming today, and hopefully I can get this wired up. So when I turn this on in a sec, there's going to be no sound. I've got a little wireless keyboard here, just so that I can add any descriptions to the games or the the year of release and what have you. Because when you do the scraper in RetroPie, it pulls up all the data, including the images, like the flyer images. The name of the game, the year of the release date, and a brief description of the game. Some of them it doesn't recognise the file name, so it can't bring up any data. It just says like no data available, so you have to add your own image and type in your own description. So that's what that's for, as well as within the game, if you press tab, it brings up the main menu, so you can change the controls. Now the marquee is a lit marquee on these cabs, so I don't have to bother ordering a light up marquee. So what I will do is take this sticker off and put my new artwork on there. Monitor, I'm keeping as is. I know some people put 19-inch monitors on there. That's the 17-inch monitor's fine for what I need. Control panel, all the controls are the original. Like I said in my last video, I don't like the light up buttons, so I'd rather just leave them as they are. I know these controls and the buttons aren't that great on these Arcade1ups, but if any of them go, then I will replace them as and when. Because of the mod with the LCD converter board, the volume slider no longer works. So when I get my new control panel overlay, I'll just take this button off, fill up the hole with milliputs or Bondo or something, and just have like nothing there. I might do the same with this one, but I think I'm going to have another one of these buttons here, because this button now is wired up to be the hotkey. So to get back to the main menu, I'll just slide it to on and press play 1 start, and that takes me back to the main menu. But like I said, I might have another one of these buttons there, just so it's easier to just press that. But I will have to make the hole a bit bigger with a Dremel or something. And then moving down to the kick plate, I've added a coin door. So this is from Arcade World. They only do the horizontal double coin door, they don't do the vertical, which I need for the Turtles machine, because obviously you've got limited space on this kick plate. It's quite easy just to get a jigsaw and just cut out the hole. And the good thing about this is it actually comes with the coin mechs and the micro switches. So I'll literally just have to install it and then connect it with these cables. It doesn't come with a key and the lock. For some reason, this is the one they recommended to go with this particular coin door, but it doesn't lock, because the little, where is it? The little tab in there prevents it from going, like, holding in place. So I need to bend this. Piece of metal out so that it can lock. So that's the front of the machine done. I'll just go around the back and actually let's turn it on and have it booting up while I talk about the back. So there's the LCD controller board there, which converts the monitor into HDMI. You can also use a VGA cable there, and I've got the Pi just sort of velcroed to the side there, so it's out of the way. So I've got four plugs here. I've got the Raspberry Pi, the plug for the speakers or the amp. I've got the marquee and the LCD controller board at the back. And underneath the control panel, you can see that I've not put the on the Arcade1ups. They've got like a plastic shell just to hide all the cables. I've used that as, I don't know if you can see it there, I've used that as the coin bucket, because it just fits perfectly underneath the coin door, if it'll focus. So yeah, I didn't want to put the that shell back on in case I needed to work on the controls. Like if any of the buttons stop working, it's just easier to just take out the 4 screws from the control panel and lift it off, rather than taking out the 14 screws or something on the on that one. So I've gone for the Space Invaders front end, and I've only got arcade classics on here. I've not got any like Dreamcast or SNES or NES. I don't see the point in putting those kind of games on an arcade machine. So I'll just go into the list of games here. So again, there's no sound because the amp hasn't turned up yet. So I've got mostly horizontal games. Now we have got some driving games on here, and they are pretty difficult to play with a joystick, but I wanted the games like Pole Position and Outrun on here as well. And there are a few vertical games. Where's the first vertical game? Gunsmoke. Gunsmoke I wanted on my Pac-Man machine, but as you can see there's only 2 buttons, and Gunsmoke needs the 3 button layout because you've got fire forward, fire right, fire left. So there's Gunsmoke there, and because it's a vertical game, I didn't want black bars at the side, so I just put the arcade bezel with the little instructions. So yeah, so now I can play Gunsmoke with the 3 buttons, how it's meant to be played, and it's quite a tough game. Because your bullets don't go all the way off the screen, they sort of like land, sort of like a few feet in front of you, so you've got to be pretty close to your enemy to kill them. So let's go back to the main menu, so flick that to off and press player 1. And so that's Gunsmoke, and the other vertical games I've got on here are got Space Invaders 1 and 2, and the only reason why I've gone for Space Invaders on here is because of the theme of the front end, and again I've got the bezel on the side, and I've also got the background. You know the moonscape that's behind the two-way mirror, and there we go. So it looks like the game is being projected onto a background. And obviously the same with Space Invaders 2. And the fourth and final vertical game I've put on here is Tubing. The only reason why I've put Tubing on here is because it was on the Mortal Kombat Midway Legacy to begin with. So all the games that were on here I've put back on using MAME. And again I've put the overlays on there just to make it look nicer. Plus it's easier to play with the buttons. I tried playing it with the joystick and it's really hard, so it's just better to use the back paddle, forward paddle and the throw button. So that's Tubing. Yep, so at the moment there's 151 games on here. That's because I wanted to put Sunset Riders on here for my wife, but I think eventually I'm just going to put Sunset Riders on the Turtles machine. For some reason the 2-player ROM didn't work, so I just had to put the 4-player ROM, and you can only play the first 2 characters, player 1 and player 2. So yeah, that's it. Like I said, I've ordered the artwork, and that should be coming within the next few days, or hopefully next week or so. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I will give you a few clues though. So the game I'm theming this cabinet on is based on a movie from the 80s. The original arcade cabinet only had 1 joystick, even though it was a 2-player game, but you had to alternate between players. It's a side-scrolling shooter. And the 4th clue, well, that's classified. And I'm sure you'll understand what I'm talking about if you're a fan of the film and the game. So that's it for my update. I will do another update once the side art and the control panel overlay and whatever turn up. And then we'll have sound, hopefully. So yeah, that's it for this update. See you next time. Bye.